I was walking down the street, feeling kindly, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see the car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through, always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Moving ain't over. Heard you think you're tough. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if the bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Leave a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, the pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, slap. Come get your face clapped. hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm School for Justice in the building one more again. And I'm glad to jump on top of the topic on today. We got the high profile case going on with Karmelo Anthony, and the verdict has rendered in. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn, get your wine, get whatever you may need, and let's jump on the topic.
Okay. Cody Thomas. Oh my Lord, have mercy. I'm keeping this breaking news, breaking freaking news. Here it is, 6 seconds ago from JD Miles. I'm going to read it right here. Collin County jury has found Karmelo Anthony guilty of murder in the death of Austin Metcalf. Wow. Wow. Karmelo Anthony, again, has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the death of Austin Metcalf. Let's see how the audience, outside the courthouse handles it.
All right, people. So as we know, he was found guilty of first degree unaliving. Found guilty of first degree unaliving. The case was closed today, and word of mouth is they was going to sentence him today, if not today, by tomorrow. All right, there's been a whole lot going on, a lot of controversy, a lot of emotion rising, a lot of passion. You know, they almost protesting going on outside the courtroom. And I just want to address a lot of things that has been said by too much he say, she say, too much word of mouth. You always go by facts and receipts. Facts and the receipts. Proof and evidence, proof of burden. That's the only thing that would stand in the court of law. So if you can remember on my first video, I attacked the laws in Texas, the state of Texas laws, which is equal force. And we can remember, people, equal force is very valid, which it was not proven equal force. I want to go ahead and put y'all on blast and bust your head with truth right now for all y'all quote unquote vloggers out here. And if you don't show no content, you're not a content creator. This is for content creators. YT is for content creators, social media, and commentary. You picking up your phone, running your mouth, you're not a content creator. You cannot prove anything you say and show any receipts that is truth. That's the only thing that stands firm. That law will never change. It is the natural law of the universe. We as human beings cannot change the natural laws of nature. Now, equal force. There was put out there was a video of Karmelo being attacked, being jumped. There was no video of him being attacked. He was not jumped. He was not ganged up on. He was not physically assaulted on the video. Let's get that straight for all y'all people who's going out here telling lies because you have no receipts. Now, as we know, this was a closed case to the public. It was a closed case to the public. So we basically can go off word of mouth, reporters, journalists, the news, and what we can gather together, right? So he was surrounded in the video. Witnesses, over 20 witnesses testified. Some were black, some were white. They testified to the fact that Austin, the victim, pushed Karmelo, as I said in my first video on it, covering the case, covering this trial. It was a push. Some witnesses may verify it as a swing, maybe possibly a punch, but we don't have full facts and receipts on that. But there was never an attack or him being jumped on by various people. So we're gonna go ahead and continue to check on the content. So I'm always here to stand for truth, justice, righteousness, and integrity. That's what counts. Because if we don't set that example and you don't teach your children, this is the results. You create demons, you create monsters. We have to train them. We have to set the example and show what true character, upright character is. Justice, truth. In other words, you treat people how you want to be treated. And in this case, and in every situation, as far as the matter goes, we make decisions, and we have to set the example that there is consequences behind our choices. These boys were young, they're kids, 16, 17, 18 years old, still in high school. And so they have to learn, and we have to teach them. You have to be responsible for your actions. That's the definition of being an adult. So why is grown people out here making excuses for no accountability, no responsibility? But you put yourself in the victim's shoes. What if it was you? We all been young and dumb. They were children, right? What if it was your son, your child, your daughter? Would you feel he should get mercy and not have any accountability? I don't think so if it was your child. I don't care if your child started it, initiated it. It could have been a fight. It could have been, words being said and everybody go their separate ways. But all this went down over absolutely nothing. One person lost their life, a young boy, a young kid, and the other one, future is destroyed behind ignorance. And that's what these adults, we are held accountable as adults to set that example and to teach the young people and guide them in the right direction. So, him being convicted of first degree, now, was it enough evidence and burden of proof on that? No. What he's guilty of is assault. Is manslaughter. Manslaughter should have been his conviction because it was not premeditated. So when we have first degree unaliving, the M word, right, we have to prove premeditation. It was planned. He had intent or an agenda or a motive to commit this heinous crime, to take life. But there's no evidence of that. It was just to do physical harm, or bodily harm, which is manslaughter. So at the same time, we have to acknowledge the difference in the law. And so they're using the fact that Karmelo had a weapon with him, right, to convict him of first degree. So now he's awaiting sentencing, which is moving mighty rapidly and mighty fast. Share your thoughts, smash that like button as you come into the room.
Wow. I'm very shocked. I am shocked. I am shocked. Wow. I'm thinking manslaughter. But no, the jury came to a conclusion, and the conclusion is guilty of murder. Guilty of murder. Let me end this poll before you guys try to change it now. Almost 3,000 votes. 43% of you guys said first-degree murder. Wow. I am very shocked. I am very, very surprised. I'm very surprised. I did not expect that at all, y'all. Let me repeat that again for those of y'all who are here and have not seen this yet. Okay. Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder, first-degree murder, in the death of Austin Metcalf.
All right, now I want to attack this issue that's at hand. We have a lot of people that's stating, right? I walk around with my peace. I go around with my, strapped up everywhere I go, with a shank, with a taser, with mace, with my fire, with my pistol, with my peacemaker, right? As if that's the norm. See, this is the mentality, people, we need to learn to attack. We should not have to live in a world or feel the need to walk around, going to the grocery store, going to church, going to visit a friend, out and about in society, in the public, walking to your mailbox, whatever, to be strapped up. I understand there's crazy people in this world, and it's sad, but it's true. But this is the mentality we need to attack, because the example was set to this young fella by adults that he felt the need to walk around with a weapon on him everywhere he went, in attack mode, in defense mode, which is a poor mentality. This is the change that needs to take place in the world, in society. This is not normal for us to feel this way. We should all feel safe as citizens, as taxpayers, as voters, and much more. So that's the issue at hand that needs to be attacked. And yes, it was against the school policies for him to have this shank there, right? So, but that's not really the matter at hand. The point is, why do we feel that everywhere we go, we got to be strapped up? That's the change that needs to take place in this world, because it's not the norm. We need to stop normalizing violence. We need to stop normalizing this behavior. That's the issue at stake. Yes, there's crazy people in the world. I myself have conquered self-defense. So I can relate, I can sympathize, empathize. I have the experience. The experience is the greatest teacher. So I understand to the fullest. But what I'm simply saying is, we need to conquer that so we can live in a world of peace and harmony. And until we start with the man in the mirror, as the great legend Michael Jackson says, nothing will change. 0 plus 0 equals 0, or nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So you be that leader and set the example at home with your children, with your family, right? Making a change. There's other ways to solve problems. And as I was raised and taught, violence is not the answer. So that's what we're attacking, and this is what's at stake. It's not about race, people. We understand, I'm talking to my people right now, that we have strikes against us. If you're black, if you a female, if you poor, if you're an ex-felon, the list goes on, because the one that's in office right now, he wants to make America great again, which means going back. So if it was over 15 million Democrats who did not vote. So if you didn't vote, it's your fault at what we're going through. You got to learn to take responsibility. It's your fault that he's in office now if you didn't use your power and you have that right to vote. You got to man up. You got to woman up. You got to eat it. It's not a game, people. We have one life to live. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to live mine to the fullest. So it's to divide and conquer. And if we have that strike against us, my people, then we learn to rise above the occasion until true justice prevails. This is where we're at. Share your thoughts.
There you have it, everybody.
Real business owners, let's say your personal credit is shot. Let's say you build business
Give me
credit.
1 second.
Let's say you've got.
Skip the ad.
Okay. Let's hear what Court TV has to say about this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ted. This is just dumb. This is stupid. I can't believe that this jury came back in 3 hours with guilty. I'm totally stunned. On top of that, this judge as well, not letting cameras in the courtroom. I mean, good job. Good job, Your Honor. Really, really, really good job. You handled it really, really well. You have this community that's about to get lit on fire. You don't allow cameras to go into a courtroom. The community already believes that this kid is being railroaded. And then look at what happened. Your jury came back within 3 hours for a guilty verdict for a kid who used a 4-inch knife one time, didn't use it multiple times. Was it wrong? Yes. But was it murder, like beyond a reasonable doubt? No. And was it murder beyond a reasonable doubt within 3 hours? Absolutely not. This is insane. This is dumb.
Cody,
which lets us know that these people already had made a decision, right? They already had their decision made in 3 hours. That's pretty fair if you know anything, pretty quick. If you know anything about the judicial system. Look, I'm here to speak for fairness, for truth, for justice, and make sure the judicial system honors everybody's rights, the constitutional amendments, and we get true equality, right? And so he was guilty of manslaughter because he has to be accountable for his actions. All lives matter. All lives matter. That's what we have to keep in mind. This young fella lost his life. So there has to be some form of accountability because you could either fight or flight. Fight or flight. There was no gang jumping. He was not jumped. I'm going to repeat it again on the video footage. That's a lie some of these content creators is putting out here with zero receipts. So again, fight or flight. It's your mentality, is mind over matter that counts. Life is what you make it. And so they already, people, what do you see? What do you think? But you can share your thoughts, share your opinions. According to the law in Texas, according to the state laws, an equal force is what the court looked for to trump and to reign. To rule and reign, they found none. So they made a decision. Now, first degree, we wanted him to have a fair trial. So first degree unaliving is a harsh punishment, especially looking at the fact that these are young kids and everybody's been young and dumb and everybody's made mistakes, you know, as a kid, as a teenager. And so we live and we learn. And we just need to teach this young guy a lesson, but at the same time, let's make sure his rights are definitely empowered, enforced, and have a fair trial. So on tomorrow, we're looking for the sentence. His mother has went on the stand, basically prayed for mercy, but the only concern I have about his family and his mother's speech, there was never any compassion towards the victims. They never said, I'm sorry for your loss. You know, if we could undo it, my son would change his behavior. I never heard any form of, you know, forgiveness or reconciliation from to the family, because again, they are still victims and they lost a child. What if it was your child? Your child, you know, children are hard-headed. So they're going to make mistakes. But what if your child being hard-headed lost his life? You wouldn't feel so compassionate. So my point is sometimes you have to place yourself in other people's shoes. It's about the golden rule, do unto others as you will have them do unto you. And so our main goal and focus to attack right now is that, you know, the ruling has been rendered. Hope he has 14 days to appeal. Hopefully, his attorney, the defense attorney, did a bad job. Hopefully, they will appeal it, and he can get it knocked to a lesser charge to manslaughter, is pretty much what he's guilty of, and receive some kind of mercy as his mother asked for on the witness stand to the jury in his sentencing. So this is where we're at, people. We're here, it's always to divide and conquer, and we're here. I attack police brutality, the judicial system, and the laws to make sure and to bring to the forefront an enlightenment of our rights being exercised properly, and the constitutional amendments that this country has built, that they stand on their own word. So people, share your thoughts, and we will continue to stay on top of the topic, on top of the case. And until next time, I'm your host, School for Justice, where we live, love, and laugh and rise above judicial and police brutality. I will continue to hope that the family, Karmelo's family, and the victim's family both will receive some closure, some healing, and some safety and deliverance. And let's learn a lesson, people. It's not worth it. Treat people the way you would like to be treated is the ultimate golden rule. And we stand for integrity, righteousness, justice, and character. Thank you for your support. I appreciate your opinion and your thoughts. And we will always continue to speak truth to the power. Until next time, peace.